So we got the war in Ukraine, we have the war in Israel, and now we may have another war. So I just found this news out recently. This is the president of Guyana. I'm going to post the video in a second here, but he is speaking to the nation about the threat of invasion from Venezuela. So he explains that Guyana is taking precautionary measures, that their armed forces have been placed on full alert, and that they've reached out to the United States, Brazil, the UK, and France, who are their allies, to help with the threat from Venezuela, pretty much.
Fellow Guyanese, I address you on an unsettling development in relation to the unlawful claim by Venezuela to Guyana's Essequibo region, which constitutes more than 2/3 of Guyana's national territory. Tonight, President Maduro announced several measures which his government intends to take in enforcing the outcome of the referendum held on December 3rd, 2023. As I made clear from the date the referendum was first announced, this is a direct threat to Guyana's territorial integrity, sovereignty, and political independence, and in violation of fundamental principles of international law enshrined in the UN and OS charters. The measures announced are in blatant disregard of the order given by the International Court of Justice on December 1st, 2023. Guyana views this as an imminent threat to its territorial integrity and will intensify precautionary measures to safeguard its territory. I have tonight spoken to the Secretary General of the United Nations and several leaders, alerting them of these dangerous developments and the desperate actions of President Maduro that fly in the face of international law and constitute a grave threat to international peace and security. Also, Guyana will tomorrow bring this matter to the United Nations Security Council for appropriate action to be taken by that body. Further, we've engaged CARICOM, the OS, the Commonwealth, and many of our bilateral partners, including the United States of America, Brazil, the United Kingdom, and France. The Guyana Defense Force is on full alert and has engaged.
And I find this very interesting because we are also having the COP28 meeting right now. I think it's still ongoing this week. And the whole purpose of that meeting, one of the main points, is discussions of peace and security. Anyways, but here's another little piece of information. So we actually now have video footage of Brazilian army trucks transporting artillery to a region that borders between these two countries, between Venezuela and Guyana. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing the name of that country wrong. But anyhow, so that video has been shared, and I'll share that with you in a second. But Venezuela has announced mobilization and annexation of Western Guyana. And of course, the Brazilians oppose the move. So they're sending in their military forces right now. And let me show you the video footage on that.
Olha aí, pai. Os caras tudo indo pra lá, ó. Mais pra lá ainda.
As someone in our Telegram channel stated, yeah, the world is going bonkers pretty much. And you know what? You know who's on the side of Venezuela in their attempt to annex this region that doesn't belong to them? China. Of course it's China. And I can guarantee you guys, I'm keeping my eyes on China because I am pretty certain that something's going to go off with Taiwan at some point. It's going to happen, whether it's, this year, next year, well, not much time left for this year, but in the next handful of years, the tension has been building in the South China Seas for a long time. Anyways, it's just further evidence that what is spoken of in Matthew 24 is coming to pass. And so if you don't have a Bible, you better go pick one up. I mean, you can access it free online. There's so much information at our fingertips. Go read it. And you tell me whether that doesn't sound like our current world today. Half the stuff that's spoken of is things that are happening now. Anyways, Jesus is coming back soon. Better be ready for him.